somebody commented and was like, oh, well, childcare is not cheap, and since my kid can't come, would you be paying for my childcare? No, I would not. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, this is not my normal background. I'm actually in Nebraska right now, training for my new job. And I wanted to film this video today because I had a video that went viral on my TikTok, and it was about what I do and don't want at my wedding. And there were a lot of hate comments. Most of the comments were positive, but there were a lot of people that were salty about some of the things that I did not want at my wedding. And I wanted to address some of those things in this video. This video is sponsored by HAIRVIVI, so I will be doing my hair during this video. I fucking love, so I was gonna do a TikTok on top 3 hair companies. And if you're wanting a wig, this is number 1. The wig is already dyed. It's already plucked. I didn't have to do anything to this wig but put it on my head. My lace is the color mocha. I think they have like mocha, and then they have like cappuccino. Like, you pick what color you want like your lace to be dyed, and it comes with the cap already in it, so you don't have to put a cap on your head either. So I'm gonna have the links to this in my description box, and let's get into the video. All right, first of all, I hope that I got the right wig, because I actually ordered a wig from HAIRVIVI before. The lace comes already tinted, right? And it has a cap automatically in it, but it comes in different colors. So like, they have, for black people, they have mocha and cappuccino. But I'm trying to make sure that I got mocha last time. I want to make sure I didn't get cappuccino, because I hope that this isn't too light. Like, I feel, no, this is my color, right? We're about to find out. So for me personally, because I love like leave out, but I'm never gonna color my hair. So I wanted like a brown and blonde wig, but when I do lace, I do curtain bangs. So I'm not a professional, so I don't know how to like melt the lace, but what I do know how to do is cut a curtain bang so that you can't see the lace at all. How about that? Okay. Oh, I think this is right. Oh wait, this color is cute as fuck. I might have to order another one of these, because Amy and I are going to Africa in a few weeks, and I didn't know how I wanted to wear my hair, but I feel like this would be perfect. I'll just probably get somebody else to install it though, so I can wear like, you know, like a middle part and shit. Now that I left the tag on the wig. All right, so anyway, oh, I don't use glue. I use this spray. It lasts me for like 5 days, and I'll do like 2 layers of it. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a second, and then we're gonna talk about people's first complaint, which was that I don't want children at my wedding, and somehow that was like a big controversy. So there was a lot of people, like a lot of people that were pretty upset that I said that I personally, mind you, I said personally, said that I would like a child-free wedding. Like, they were upset, like mad. A lot of people were saying like, oh, well, what if you have a, little sister? Because I said, okay, so what I said exactly in the video was not just that it was a child-free wedding. I said, if you are not of legal drinking age, then you can't come to my wedding. So they were like, oh, it's one thing to be child-free, but it's another thing to say you need to be of legal drinking age. What if you have a little sister who wants to come to your wedding? Or what if you have a little brother? Or what if your son wanted to come to your wedding? Or what if you had a little cousin, or blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. I don't have any of that. Like, I literally don't have that. So you're trying to put a narrative in my life that does not exist. All of my siblings are grown. My little brother is grown. My sister is grown. My big brother is grown. My parents are grown. Any of my family members, like my cousins or anything, or my aunts that I would invite, will be grown. I don't have kids, and I don't have little siblings. So it's for anybody to say like, oh, well, what if? It doesn't matter, because I don't have that. So if you have that scenario in your life and you would like to make exceptions, then I understand that. But I don't have any scenarios in my life where I would need to make an exception. So then another thing that a lot of people were saying, because I have a lot of nieces and nephews, another thing that people were saying was, oh, well, you won't let, damn, I don't have a scarf. I need to like tie this down and I don't know how to do it. Another thing that people were saying was that kids see a lot on TV of like, I guess like violence and drugs and all of these things, and they need to see love. Like, I would be so sad if my big sister or my aunt or whatever didn't invite me to her wedding. I want to witness that union of love. People are so full of shit. My 4-year-old nephew does not care to witness my union of love. Y'all, these kids do not want to be at no fucking weddings. And every time I do see children at a wedding, they do not look like they're having a good time. So I'm not sure why y'all keep projecting that. If you want kids at your wedding and you want your kid and you want those kids to witness the union and have a great time, you can do so. That's why I said in the beginning of my video, you guys, these are things that are happening at my wedding. You don't have to have this happen at your wedding. You can have you have the right to have a completely different type of wedding if you want. The lace actually does match. You see this? I'm just not good at cutting lace. You see, I cut like all this off and I didn't mean to. So like the lace looks really good. See, it does match. I just am not actually really good at cutting lace. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna reorder this wig and have a professional do it so that I can wear it the way that I really want instead of having to cut bangs. Cause I feel like this is gonna be cute as fuck in Africa. I just know the type of wedding that I wanna have is kind of like, it's gonna be very small and it's gonna be more of like a party mode kind of wedding. So like, it just would not be an appropriate place for children, if that makes sense. Like there's nothing at my wedding that a child would enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is not. And I'm also having a small, well, when I get married, I'm making it seem like I'm getting married tomorrow, but I'm also having a small wedding. So like, it's definitely not like one of those big weddings where the kids are gonna see everybody that they love in the family. I'll probably have 35 people at my wedding. So like, it's just for me, for my wedding, it's not an appropriate place for a child. And I don't think that it's fair that anybody wants to make me feel bad because I want to have an all adult wedding. I seen another girl post a video that said she will have a child-free wedding and she was palm colored, and her comments were so positive. Her community were so positive in the comments. I'm not sure why everybody up in my comments is yelling at me, trying to force me to have children at my wedding. Oh my gosh, I was about to move on to the next thing, but I forgot. I really had people in my comments that were saying like, oh, if my kid can't come to the wedding, I'm not coming to the wedding. What? Or, oh, well then who am I supposed to get to watch my child if I'm coming to your wedding? That argument I completely don't understand, because when you go to the fucking club, you find somebody to watch your kid. A wedding is a few hours. You can't find somebody to watch your kid for a few hours. You find somebody to watch your kid for everything else you want to do. I don't understand why my event, that's an all adult event, and that you know months in advance. Like when people have weddings, that's something that's planned. Like it's not like I'm telling you, oh, my wedding is tomorrow, you got to find a babysitter. You get a save the date, you get an invitation, you have all this time to find childcare. But because I said that my wedding is child free, now all of a sudden you can't find a babysitter? But you can find a babysitter to go to the wine bar? Ma'am, you don't have to come. Somebody commented and was like, oh, well, childcare is not cheap, and since my kid can't come, would you be paying for my childcare? No, I would not. Okay, so the next thing that people were quote unquote upset about was the fact that I said that I could never have a cash bar at my wedding, because I just feel like wedding guests go through so much to get to your wedding or to come to your wedding or sacrifice things to come to your wedding. I just cannot fathom making them pay for their drinks when they get there. Oh my God, my baby calling me. Okay, I think I left off talking about like an open bar. So there were a lot of people that were saying like, oh, well, I'm not paying for other people to drink on my dime. If you want to drink, then you can go to a club or a bar. And y'all, okay. I be wanting to watch what I say with my opinions because I don't want anybody to feel a certain way. Like, if you had a wedding, right? And an open bar is not something that you could afford for your wedding. That is a different story. I understand that. Open bars are not cheap. Open bars are not cheap. This one girl was arguing me down about an open bar in my comments because she's like, oh, wait till you got to pay for an open bar. You're not going to feel that same way. I'm like, girl, I have open bars at my birthday parties. I'm not going to have an open bar at my fucking wedding. I know how much open bars cost, and that's something that I would fit into the budget of my wedding because I want to choose my words carefully. But to me, I just think it's kind of tacky to have your wedding guests come and buy their own drinks at your event, your wedding. My sister had her wedding. She didn't pay like the venue to do like she didn't pay the venue to do open bar. She just bought a bunch of liquor to make it cheaper. But anyway, the girl was like, oh, you'll see when you pay for open bar. I'm like, girl, I paid for open bar before. And then there were some other people in the comments that were like, oh, well, what are the wedding guests doing besides showing up? Okay, so first of all, let's be clear. Usually everybody has a bridal party, and your bridal party, you already know, pays a lot of money to be at your wedding. But if we're just talking about wedding guests, one of the things that the wedding guests are doing is taking off work for your wedding. If your wedding is on the weekend, everybody doesn't have the weekend off. So even if your wedding is like on the weekend, that doesn't always like matter to anybody. Amy works in retail. If one of our friends had a Saturday wedding, she would still have to take off for that. So they're taking off of work. They're buying you a gift. I mean, honestly, they're just taking time out of their day to share in your love. And I feel like giving them free liquor is the least that I can do at my wedding. I want to emphasize this again, that it's my wedding. So I don't want anybody to feel like that my wedding is a gold standard, because it's not. I'm pretty sure people who don't have open bars can also have very nice weddings. I'm just talking about, like, for me, I will have an open bar. One thing that I did say that I wouldn't do is have a buffet. But that one didn't cause a lot of controversy. Surprisingly, that's one of the ones that I thought people were going to be pissed about. The fact that I was like, I'm not doing what's it called? The fact that I said that I'm not doing a buffet at my wedding because this is not Golden Corral. Child, that's the one I thought almost burnt the shit out of myself. That's the one that I thought was gonna ruffle some feathers, and it didn't. Everybody surprisingly agreed with that one. I don't know, y'all. I'm cutting these bangs, and I'm starting to want it to be a middle part again. Let me see what this gonna look like now that I done cut the bangs all fucking ready. Okay, wait, no, it still look good. Yeah, I think I want a middle part. Damn it. I feel like I fucked it up a little bit. So there was also one that I said that I feel like people just didn't understand what I was trying to say. So I said that vows are personal, right? And that I personally would want to do my vows privately. I don't want to do my vows in front of everybody. I don't want to sit there and recite my vows to Amy. And I don't know, it's just awkward to me, and I feel like it's personal. So I think that people thought that I meant that our I do's, like I'm not doing that. And that's not what I meant at all. I mean like your private vows that you write for your wedding for your partner. I don't mean do you take such and such to be your lawfully wedded husband, or do you take such and such to be your lawfully wedded wife? Like, of course I'm gonna do that at my wedding. Otherwise, what the hell is the point of the wedding? I'm literally talking about, like, oh, baby, I love you so much. You're the light of my life, and I simply can't live without you. Those type of vows I'm not doing in front of people. I think that is very personal, and I'm not doing that in front of people. But there are a lot of people in my comments that are like, why you wouldn't do your vows, blah, blah, blah. How the hell you have a wedding and not say I do in front of people? So people were like misconstruing that statement. I done burnt my forehead 500 times doing this. Okay, perfect on this side. Oh, another thing that people were like really confused about that I want to clear up is the first look. Y'all, I'm not talking about looking at the venue after, you know how like the bride and the groom, or the bride and the bride in my case, would go to will go look at the reception after they're done with the wedding, like before the guests get to see it so they can like see what it looks like. A lot of people thought that that's what I meant by a first look. That's not what I meant, guys. I'm talking about like the first look, like when you have your husband or your wife see you before you go down the aisle, and you like take pictures before you go down the aisle. I want the first time that you see me when I walk down the aisle. But that was another thing that people got confused. I had a lot of people saying that I should just get married at the courthouse because I have way too many rules for my wedding. I should just elope. And I'm just like, when people get married, they have specifics of what they want. I don't understand why me putting out a video saying that these are the certain things that I want constitutes that I don't deserve to have a wedding, because that's basically what people were saying, that I shouldn't have a wedding at all because of everything that I'm asking for, which I think is insane to say to somebody, that they just don't deserve to have a wedding at all because they have preferences of how they want their wedding to be. And then last but not least, there were a lot of people, mostly men, in my comments saying shit like, oh, well, you're also not gonna have a man. No man will ever marry you because of all these rules and how difficult you are. And clearly they don't watch this channel, because no, I will never have a man. Y'all like this hair color on me? Let me know in the comments if I should wear this to Africa. I'm feeling like this should be my Africa hair. Not this specifically, like I'm gonna have someone else install the wig. I'm gonna get another wig and have somebody else like cut and install it. I tried my best, but I really like this. It's like chocolate brown with like blonde highlights. And this actually looks good with the middle part. Now, it's a mess up under here, but you ain't gonna see that. You're not gonna see that. Anyway, this was a fun video to make. I don't know if you guys follow me on TikTok to even see all the controversy from that video that went viral. But if you don't, follow me on TikTok. My name is Ayana Fight. And my name on there is Ayana Fight. And thank you guys for tuning into this video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Yeah.